In Mastering Communication at Work, Ethan F. Becker and his co-author John Wertman explore how effective communication is the foundation of successful leadership, management, and influence in the workplace. This comprehensive guide breaks down the essential components of communication, offering practical tools for improving speaking, listening, and influencing skills. The authors emphasize that communication is not just about delivering information, but also about building relationships, understanding others, and fostering a positive work environment. The book is structured around several key themes, including the power of clear messaging, the importance of emotional intelligence in communication, the ability to influence and lead effectively, and techniques to handle difficult conversations. Becker draws from his extensive experience in executive coaching to provide readers with actionable strategies for mastering workplace communication, improving personal influence, and achieving professional goals. The importance of communication in the workplace. Becker opens the book by discussing how communication is central to every aspect of work life. Whether managing a team, collaborating with colleagues, or presenting ideas to leadership, the ability to communicate effectively can mean the difference between success and failure. He points out that poor communication is often the root cause of misunderstandings, conflicts, and inefficiencies in the workplace. The authors emphasize that communication is a learned skill, not an inherent talent. Anyone can become a better communicator by understanding key principles and practicing specific techniques. Becker highlights that good communication is about connecting with others on both a rational and emotional level, ensuring that your message is clear and that the listener feels understood and respected. Crafting clear and effective messages. One of the central ideas of the book is the importance of clarity in communication. Becker argues that many workplace communication issues arise from vague or overly complicated messages. When speaking or writing, it is crucial to be concise and direct, ensuring that your audience understands your message immediately. To achieve clarity, Becker recommends the following. Know your audience. Tailor your message to the needs, expectations, and knowledge level of your audience. Whether you are speaking to a senior executive or a new team member, understanding who you are communicating with will help you shape your message in a way that resonates with them. Focus on key points. Before communicating, identify the key points you want to convey. Becker suggests limiting your message to 2 or 3 main ideas to avoid overwhelming your audience with too much information. Organizing your thoughts in a clear, logical order also helps your listeners or readers follow your message more easily. Use simple language. Avoid jargon or overly technical terms unless you are certain your audience will understand them. The goal is to communicate in a way that is accessible and easily understood by everyone in the room. Repeat key messages. Becker recommends reiterating key points throughout your communication. This helps reinforce important ideas and ensures that your message is remembered. Repetition is particularly useful in presentations or meetings where multiple ideas are discussed. Emotional intelligence in communication. Another key theme in mastering communication at work is the role of emotional intelligence in effective communication. Becker argues that successful communication is not just about the content of your message, but also about how you deliver it and how you make others feel during the interaction. Emotional intelligence. The ability to recognize and manage your own emotions and understand the emotions of others, is a critical component of communication in the workplace. Self-awareness. Becker emphasizes the importance of being aware of your own emotional state when communicating. If you are stressed, frustrated, or angry, those emotions can come through in your tone of voice, body language, and word choice, often in ways you may not realize. By becoming more self-aware, you can manage your emotions and ensure that you communicate in a calm, respectful, and professional manner. Empathy. Understanding the emotions and perspectives of others is just as important as managing your own emotions. Becker encourages readers to practice empathy by putting themselves in the shoes of their colleagues, team members, or clients. By acknowledging others' feelings and showing that you value their perspectives, you build trust and rapport, which are essential for effective communication. Active listening. Emotional intelligence also involves being an active listener. Becker stresses that communication is a two-way process, and listening is just as important as speaking. Active listening involves fully concentrating on what the other person is saying, without interrupting or formulating your response while they are speaking. By listening attentively, you show respect for the speaker and gain a better understanding of their needs, concerns, or ideas. Building influence through communication. Becker also addresses the topic of influence, which he defines as the ability to guide others toward a desired outcome through communication. He argues that influence is a critical skill for anyone in a leadership or management role, but it is also valuable for employees at any level who want to effect change or improve collaboration. Establishing credibility. One of the foundations of influence is credibility. Becker explains that people are more likely to be influenced by those they trust and respect. Credibility is built through consistent, honest communication and by demonstrating competence and integrity in your work. When people believe that you know what you are talking about and that you have their best interests at heart, they are more likely to follow your lead. Framing your message. Becker introduces the concept of framing, which involves presenting information in a way that resonates with your audience's values, needs, and goals. For example, if you are proposing a new project to senior management, you might frame it in terms of how it will increase revenue or improve efficiency. By aligning your message with what matters most to your audience, you increase the chances of getting their support. Building consensus. Influence often involves guiding a group of people toward a common goal. Becker emphasizes the importance of building consensus by encouraging open dialogue, actively listening to different perspectives, and finding common ground. When people feel that their opinions are heard and respected, they are more likely to buy into the final decision. Navigating difficult conversations. Difficult conversations are an inevitable part of any workplace, whether they involve giving constructive feedback, addressing performance issues, or resolving conflicts. Becker dedicates a section of the book to providing strategies for navigating these challenging situations with confidence and professionalism. Prepare in advance. Becker stresses the importance of preparation before entering a difficult conversation. This includes clarifying your goals for the conversation, anticipating the other person's reactions, and planning how to address potential objections or concerns. By preparing in advance, you can approach the conversation with greater confidence and stay focused on your desired outcome. Use I statements. During difficult conversations, it is important to avoid sounding accusatory or confrontational. Becker recommends using I statements, which focus on your own feelings or experiences rather than placing blame on the other person. For example, instead of saying you never meet deadlines, you might say, I feel frustrated when deadlines are missed because it affects the team's progress. This approach reduces defensiveness and fosters a more productive dialogue. Stay calm and focused. Becker emphasizes the importance of remaining calm and composed during difficult conversations, even if the other person becomes emotional or defensive. By keeping your emotions in check, you set a positive tone for the conversation and prevent it from escalating into an argument. Becker also advises staying focused on the issue at hand and avoiding getting sidetracked by unrelated grievances. Seek solutions, not blame. The goal of a difficult conversation should be to find a constructive solution, not to assign blame. Becker encourages a collaborative approach, where both parties work together to identify the underlying issue and develop a plan for moving forward. By focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on past mistakes, you can turn a difficult conversation into an opportunity for growth and improvement. Presentation skills and public speaking. Another important aspect of workplace communication that Becker addresses is presentation skills and public speaking. Whether you are giving a formal presentation to a large audience or leading a small team meeting, the ability to speak confidently and persuasively is essential for effective communication. Engage your audience. Becker stresses the importance of engaging your audience from the beginning of your presentation. This can be done by asking questions, telling a story, or sharing an interesting fact or statistic. By capturing your audience's attention early on, you set the stage for a more impactful presentation. Practice, practice, practice. One of the most common fears associated with public speaking is the fear of making mistakes or forgetting what to say. Becker advises overcoming this fear through practice. The more familiar you are with your material, the more confident and natural you will feel when delivering it. Becker also recommends rehearsing in front of a trusted colleague or recording yourself to identify areas for improvement. Use visual aids sparingly. While visual aids such as slides can enhance a presentation, Becker cautions against relying too heavily on them. The focus should be on your message, not the visuals. He recommends using simple, uncluttered slides that support your points rather than overwhelming your audience with too much information. Body language and voice. Nonverbal communication, such as body language and tone of voice, plays a significant role in how your message is received. Becker emphasizes the importance of maintaining good posture, making eye contact, and using gestures to emphasize key points. Your tone of voice should be confident and clear, and you should vary your pitch and pace to keep your audience engaged. Conclusion. Communication is a lifelong skill. In Mastering Communication at Work, Ethan F. Becker emphasizes that effective communication is a lifelong skill that requires continuous learning and practice. The book provides readers with a wealth of strategies for improving their communication skills, from crafting clear messages and listening actively to handling difficult conversations and building influence. Becker concludes by reminding readers that communication is not just about what you say, but also about how you say it and how well you listen to others.